Here are 4 red flags when picking a personal injury lawyer to handle your truck case. Red flag number 1. If you're looking to hire somebody for a serious injury, wrongful death, or semi-truck wreck, it might be a red flag if the lawyer you're interviewing is not board certified. The ABA has a system that they developed years ago, and it said, look, there are certain lawyers who have a level of experience, knowledge, and expertise that is above an ordinary licensed lawyer. When you graduate from law school, you have a license, and that license enables you to practice family law, criminal law, personal injury law, all different kinds of law. But that doesn't mean you're really good at any one of those specific areas. Just like in medicine, there are board certified doctors, there are board certified lawyers, and the ABA has to approve it, and there's different committees, and you can't buy it, you can't pay your way into it. And so, for example, if it's a truck accident, there are board certified truck accident attorneys. That means those attorneys specialize or have special knowledge in truck accident law. In the state of Indiana, there's right now only 4 board certified truck accident lawyers, and 2 of them are in my law firm. So if you're in a truck accident, then you can pick a board certified truck accident attorney, and that lawyer has been vetted and approved by the ABA and recognized by the Indiana Supreme Court. So if you're interviewing a lawyer and they're not board certified in truck accident law or in civil trial work, that might be a red flag. Red flag number 2. If you're looking to hire a personal injury law firm and the receptionist is rude on your first call, that might be a red flag. Now think about it. You're getting ready to make a decision on what law firm to hire, and you call and the receptionist is rude or short or non-caring or comes off that way to you. That's the person that's sitting on the main floor answering the phones and typically are around the lawyers day in and day out. And if the law firm is tolerating somebody to answer their phones that is rude and not nice and not caring, that might be a really bad sign of what that law firm's like, and that might be a red flag. Red flag number 3. If you call a law firm and you're considering hiring them for a personal injury case, they typically will take that call and give it to an intake person. And then that intake person will get the information from you, discuss it with the lawyers, and they will decide whether they have an interest in your case. If that intake person treats you like you're just another file, if they're not considerate, if they don't listen, if they don't have empathy, then that might be a red flag. Again, the intake person is the first person you talk to after the receptionist. And the intake person should be somebody who's trained to get key information so they can talk to the lawyers. Some law firms pick an intake person, they look at it as a low-level, low-pay position. But that's wrong. That first call that you make is critically important. Timing is critically important. Getting key information from you is critically important. That's why at our law firm, Kelley and Faultless, we have somebody, a person with a psychology degree, who talks to you initially. And if we have an interest in the case, then they will transfer you to the social worker, and the social worker will gather information, and the attorneys are involved in that process. So if you're calling and you're getting interviewed and the person's not listening, if you're having to repeat the same things over and over again, if they don't seem like they care or it's not urgent, if you don't feel confident in the person who you're talking with, then that might be a red flag. Red flag number 4. If you're picking an attorney for a semi-truck or other commercial motor vehicle wreck, and it's either a serious injury or a wrongful death, and you're getting ready to interview the lawyers, and you ask the lawyer, what is your level of expertise in this area, and they dance around that question, then that might be a red flag. Truck wrecks are not like car accidents. They're completely different. Trucks that are involved in commercial motor vehicles and interstate commerce, and most of the time in intrastate commerce, are regulated by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations. They are CDL manuals, so drivers have to get a CDL license, and so they have to study and are tested on the CDL manual. There's industry standards, and as a truck accident attorney, we have to learn all of those. There's a lot of nuances to trucking cases and insurance coverage and the people who might be responsible that if you only do car accident cases, you may not know. And so when you're interviewing a lawyer and picking somebody to represent your family on one of the most critical decisions that may be made in your lifetime, then it's important to pick a qualified attorney. And you need to ask the attorney, what are your qualifications? What is your expertise in truck accidents? Have you ever taken one of these cases to trial? I have. Have you ever taught or written on this subject? I have. Our law firm has lawyers that are board certified in truck accident law. Mr. Faultless and myself are both board certified. We actually co-chair a conference where we teach other lawyers how to handle trucking cases. My partner Scott Faultless and I also speak nationally to other lawyers on how to handle these cases. I have run safety conferences with just lay people, teaching them the dangers and safety tips on how to drive and share the roads with semis. So if you're interviewing an attorney for a serious semi-truck accident or commercial motor vehicle wreck, wreck and it involves catastrophic injuries or a wrongful death, and a lawyer won't ask your questions about the expertise specifically with respect to truck accidents, that might be a red flag.